Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Aileen and here we talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing. But let me tell you about today. Today I am collabing with Alyssa Pope, the beautiful Alyssa Pope. So Alyssa is a YouTube content creator here. She's also on Instagram and I'll have all her information linked down below. Like, I just love Alyssa and she doesn't do luxury makeup, but I found her back in October when she was doing her Halloween looks. Oh my God. Like, let me pop one here or another one here. Like, amazing. Then I found out through watching her that she's oily skin, as you know am I, and we just bonded. And that was it. We bonded, we chat. I talked to her mom on the phone. So I reached out to Alyssa and I was like, I would love to do our top 5 spring summer palettes so that your subscribers as well as mine can see a variety of different palettes and different price points. So if you want to see what I picked, hint, they're not all luxury, then keep on watching. But before we go, like we always say, comment, like, subscribe. Let's get to it. So I'm gonna start with what's on my eyes. Like, I just love this minty green fresh feel, and this is the Tom Ford Soleil et Lune palette. And here she is. This palette is just gorgeous. So I used those 3 shades. I didn't use the gray. And then I did a purple liner just to give it more of that, even more of a spring feel. Oh, this formula, if you're not familiar with this formula, so when you're looking at Tom Ford quads, if the TF is engraved in the shadow, it is a wet dry formula. So here it is dry, and I will also wet it for you. And here it is wet. It just really just intensifies and foils the look. Like, it just packs a punch. And where these quads run for $88, I picked this up, I want to say it was for 30. It was, I don't want to lie, so it was 30 some odd dollars at the cosmetic company outlet store. If you're interested in Tom Ford, I would suggest going with the wet dry formula, which has the TF engraved in the shadow, and giving it a shot and a go by purchasing it at the cosmetic company outlet store. If you don't have one, if you're not sure if you have one near you, you can Google it. If not, reach out to me, DM me, and I'll tell you which one's near you. But they also ship. I believe $49 or less is a $5 shipping fee, and $50 or more is a $10 shipping fee. But you guys, this formula is amazing. I love them. So next, we're gonna move on to my favorite formula, which is Natasha Denona. So I have 2 Natasha Denona palettes that I picked. The first one is the Love palette. I just love how this screams spring or summer. All of these pinks, vibrant pinks, the shimmers, the purples. This is just like flowers blooming, and you can do more of a day look with these lighter shades or intensify. You could have a whole day look on and just intensify your outer V and your lower lash line for a whole night look. Like, I love Natasha Denona. I always highly recommend her. Honestly, I prefer the $65 palettes, which are the ones this size. I believe she currently has a 40% off on her site. I'm not sure how long that's gonna last, but she always has sales. And this is the Love palette. And the next Natasha Denona is the Sunrise palette. This just screams sunrise, sunset. These are the colors that I wear in the summer when I'm going to the beach. Like, this is more of like an everyday spring color for me. And these are like everyday summer colors for me. And you can definitely mix the two and just get your perfect palette. And these do pop out, and you can mix and match the shades. You can pop the shades out and mix and match. Like if you want to create a spring, half summer in one palette, you can do that. My OCD does not let me do that, but that doesn't mean you can. And these shades, you guys, like these yellows and oranges and these shimmers, like they're just like, wow. They're just amazing. And I always say Natasha Denona shadows practically blend themselves. So next, I picked the Viseart Love Letter palette. This was released not too long ago, beginning of spring, I believe, or right before spring. And these are the shades here. Viseart's formula is very nice. It's a reason that it's a pro. It's used by professional makeup artists. These are the shimmers. And a great tip about Viseart, there you go. These are beautiful shimmers. And one thing about the Viseart, because these are made with the professional makeup artist in mind, you can mix any two shades to make your own shade. And they are not going to be patchy or ugly. Like, they will blend nicely together. You can dip into either. You're not going to have more of one color than the other. You can mix and match. These also do pop out of the pan if you want to reorganize your palette, or you have other Viseart palettes that you want to play with the shades. But even these mattes, they just blend beautifully. Like, you can't even... These blend beautifully with your finger and with a brush. They are magical. And that was just this nude shade right here. They're just beautiful. Like, this green and this purple are what called me from the palette. But really, like, all these shimmers, all of them are just wow. Like, look how wet and foiled they look. Like, they're just beautiful. And what I really appreciate about the Viseart is you can really build it up. Where Natasha Denona, if you go in heavy, you're going to get a lot of pigment off the hand. Even if you go in heavy with this, you can still blend it out and it'll sheer out, and then you can build it up as you're building your look. It's very user-friendly, in my opinion. And last, I kind of cheated because it's supposed to be the top 5. However, my next 2 palettes, I never use just one. I always use them together. So I wanted to mention them together, so it ends up being 6, but I count them as 1. So really it's 5. But these are the ColourPop Mint to Be and Baby Got Peach. I love these combined together. I've never used them alone because I have Going Coconuts, and I also have another one, I forget the name, that has peach tones in it. And those are the ones I go for when I just want to use peach tones. But when I want like these 2 colors combined, I love using these. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a glitter girl. I don't use pressed glitter. You'll see there's a dip in that. Because when my daughter does my makeup, I will be glittered from head to toe, and it takes me 3 days to wash it out of everywhere. But this mint, these mint shades, like, they're so pretty. So pretty, so affordable. Like, look at that. Like, I really enjoy these shades. This Get Ever, it looks like a peachy pink shift shade, and that's this one here. Wow, when you combine these, they are beautiful. I'm sure if you use a glitter glue, you can get the glitter to stay in place. My daughter doesn't, so it does get everywhere. But if you're interested in lighter tones, but you're not sure if you can pull it off, or you just want to play around with it, these ColourPop palettes really have great pigment, great payoff. The shimmers are great. Again, I'm not a fan of the pressed glitter, but that's just me. I wear contact lenses, so I'm terrified that if one little fleck goes in my eye, honey, we a hot mess for the next 3 days. But again, this is the ColourPop Baby Got Peach and the Mint to Be. So those are my top 5, maybe 6. I mean, it depends. You know, it's on your perspective. But I can't wait to see what Alyssa picked because we did not talk about it. I reached out to her. We said, let's just do it. Make your picks. We'll talk about it later. But I'm so excited to see what she picked. And if you're new here and you're coming from Alyssa's channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you consider subscribing, joining the family, and having fun. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And until next time, like we always say, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye.